while the roaster's warming up to 200 degrees Celsius, I'll show you around it a little bit while we're waiting. Right now, I got just a little Coleman camp stove. I put little marks on the knob, kind of to let me know where to set the burner. This is my cooling tray. It's essentially an exhaust fan with a cover. The airflow goes through this way and out the bottom. I got it perforated stand here. This is just a sieve. Got a trier, and we got what I like to call a hopper stopper, and that essentially just kind of keeps the heat in during the roast. It's a little bit hard to see because the way I got this light set up, but there's two ball bearings under there, and there's a little gap between the drum and the hopper that lets chaff fall out and catch right there. Okay. Towards the back of the roaster, also a little hard to see. Let me get my light source right over here. There's a little screen that pulls out under the motor, and that helps keep the flame more like a infrared burner, and also collects little debris that falls out of the perforated drum. There's the hopper that we're going to replace to load the beans with here shortly. 300 grams green beans, and that's pretty much it. That's the Kaldi wide coffee roaster. Alright, we're right at 200 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this little hopper stopper, and we're going to load 300 grams of green coffee. We're going to do it kind of slowly so it doesn't jam up on us. I'm just shining a light down the hopper so I can kind of see what's going on. Sometimes you have to hit the trier a little bit to get them to go down. Put our little hopper stopper back in, start our timer. Right now we're coming up on 170 degrees Celsius right now. Beans are definitely starting to yellow. And right now we have our timer at is right at 9 minutes. Alright, I have a feeling we're about to hit first crack. Typically with this bean, I've been hitting it around 200 degrees Celsius. I've been seeing quite a bit of chaff collecting right there in the little collector. I'm going to check it. Right now we're at 12 minutes 47 seconds, and if you heard that, that was first crack. So now that first crack's going, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the little vent at the top to kind of promote some airflow, and I'm also going to turn the burner down just slightly. Just going to keep checking it. Last time I dumped it a little early and I wasn't too happy with the roast. Got a lot of chaff collecting right in there, which is nice. With these smaller roasts, you're not going to hear as many cracks as you do with the larger roasters. Right now we're at about 210 Celsius. I'm gonna wake my timer back up. Right now we're at 14 minutes, 30 seconds for the entire roast. So I actually think I'm about to drop it. Starting to get brown, got a lot of chaff collected in the hopper. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my fan. Gonna remove this main hopper. You're gonna see some beans fly out. We're gonna check our roast one more time. Okay. We're going to turn the flames off, and we're gonna go ahead and dump our roast. Alright, so our final time for this roast is 15 minutes and 42 seconds roughly. It was actually a little bit before then. I just couldn't get to my stopwatch. And it looks like we went about from the beginning of first crack to when we dumped the roast. So as soon as I heard first crack, I started my lap. So between the start of first crack and when we dumped the roast was 2 minutes and 28 seconds. So you can say about a minute and a half, probably toward the end of first crack.